Okay, first off, hopefully you like the new channel art. I don't think you can read it very well, but I'm sorry for that. I tried my best to get it to work, but apparently it didn't. So you can see what I'm trying to do, but it didn't really work out, so I'm going to keep working on it. I love the background. It looks awesome. It's very, like, 70s, very, like, psychedelic. I like it, and the pop logo is cool. And at the top, if you can't read it, it says, "Join the Popcaster Revolution" at the top, and at the bottom it says www.youtube.com/Suro and Disney. So, that's pretty awesome. So, it's on there, and I'll try to get it to work in the near future, so it'll look better. It's late, so we're going to talk Halloween Horror Nights. Well, the first thing I want to bring up is the fact that there's been some cryptic comments from Dr. Jimmy, and Dr. Jimmy has released 8 official cryptic comments. Well, technically 8.5, because one cryptic comment was eliminated, and I'll get to that in a minute. So we started off, the cryptic comment was balloons, and there was a lot of things that came up, a lot of people guessed different things, and there has been a list that has gotten out somehow of what everyone believes to be the 8 houses for Halloween Horror Nights this year. So, if this is correct, this is pretty much how it works. So, the first cryptic clue was balloons, like I said. And balloons, I'm going to tie that into an American Werewolf in London. So that's going to be the American Werewolf in London house we were supposed to get last year. That, the Chupacabra house we were supposed to get last year. I don't see us getting the Chupacabra house this year, so that's alright, no big deal. And the reason why I'm thinking the balloons thing, apparently, I've never seen the movie. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not a horror guy. I'm not a horror guy at all. But, basically, there's a guy, like a British kid in the movie, obviously, we're in London. A naked American man stole my balloons. So it makes sense to me, so that's what we're going with. Number 2, the second clue was Kevin. And there's a lot of things that popped into my mind immediately. Kevin Smith maybe getting a Red State house. You know how Dr. Jimmy joked about the Church of Satan house in the past, and obviously that was never going to happen. Red State would be even worse when it comes to controversy. And Kevin might end up being different things, like, we need to talk about Kevin. Ezra Miller's character, we need to talk about Kevin. And I think that's probably what we're leading towards. But that Kevin is the inspiration for another Kevin, and that has to do with the second house, which is Cabin in the Woods. Kevin was a character that is on the tote board that you can vote for. Like, there's a board where they're making bets to determine what monster is going to kill the person. And Kevin never gets any bets. Poor Kevin never gets any bets. Basically, he's apparently a quiet, normal-looking person who has a slight smile. And during the purge, he's basically walking by himself. So, we got that. Number 3, we have surname. And surname, we took as in a literal surname, and surname could be Walker, because Dr. Jimmy, his shoot name is James Walker. So, not to spoil that, if you guys already were watching this, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But, Walker, Walkers, Walking Dead. That's right, Walking Dead coming back, and there's a lot of people that are thinking that The Walking Dead is going to come back, so it was a really hot IP last year, and it brought all the crowds, and that's the reason why it was absolute hell, and we needed frequent fear passes, and if you didn't have those, you were basically screwed. So, I think Walker equals Walking Dead. Surname, Walker, Walking Dead. Then we have 4, which was Eraser. And I don't know how it ties into it, but apparently Eraser supposedly was scrapped, as we did a 4.5 video. It was supposed to be the American... long day. American Horror Story house. And, apparently that didn't work out, so that's done. Maybe get it in the near future, maybe for Halloween Horror Nights 24 next year, who knows, maybe. This was replaced by acrostic. Acrostic could go a couple different ways. Acrostic, there are some people that mention stars from Resident Evil, but I think acrostic has to do with David, Eric, Mia, Olivia, and Natalie. An acrostic for the word demon. That's from Evil Dead, the 2013 remake of Evil Dead. So I think that works really well. I mean, Acrostic could be Resident Evil, but then I'd have to change some of my other ideas, and I don't want to go there. Fifth was Christine, and as much as I wanted it to be, Christine is not leading to a Stephen King house, even though I really, really want one. And I know all the horror fans out there definitely want one, but we're not getting Stephen King, at least not now. We're not getting H.P. Lovecraft, we're not getting Stephen King. And we've already had Edgar Allan Poe, so that's pretty much covers it. We're not getting Clive Barker house, because apparently Clive Barker wanted to stay in Hollywood, even if he did a house, so there's always that. Christine. Christine equals out to Resident Evil. The reason why is Christine Yamada, or otherwise known as Four Eyes. She is an Umbrella Security Service operative and virologist who took part in Wolfpack's mission in Raccoon City. Or maybe Christine Henry, who was the director of one of the French facilities in the Umbrella Corporation. Silencio. Silencio is La Llorona. La Llorona. And we'll go with that. And that, of course, is from Universal Hollywood. And La Llorona could have also been Mama, to be totally honest, because there's a lot of similarities between the two. Both involve the taking of children, and that's basically what we're leading towards. The reason why Silencio is La Llorona, in the movie Mulholland Drive, there is this line that is mentioned. It says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Club Silencio proudly presents the Weeping Lady of Los Angeles, Rebecca Del Rio," which Weeping Lady is very loosely interpreted as La Llorona. So, the Weeping Lady, La Llorona, it makes sense. So, La Llorona is probably coming. Now, here's where it gets confusing. Number 7 is Simon, and I tried my best to come up with a reason why, but you know what? I can't. So Simon, somehow, someway, is connected to the prison-themed maze that we're supposed to get. It's supposed to be one of the Sprung Tens. And I don't have any way of connecting that. There was a Colombian drug lord named Simon, and I read about him, and he might have something to do with it. And I really don't know anymore. I looked into it. They were talking about bringing in the fact that the prison house seen outside the Sprung Tent was Old Sparky. So obviously we're going to see an electrocution of some sort. But I was trying to piece together electrocution and Simon. It didn't really work out, so we got that. 8th one's Flashback, and how appropriate given that we're on pop here, is that I think Flashback is going to mean that we're getting a sequel house. And given what I'm hearing, and given the Dr. Jimmy's Tumblr, I think that, unless we're trying to get thrown off the course here, that we're pointing towards the return of Havoc, Dogs of War. So we're going to get a Havoc 2 house somewhere, a house or a Sprung Tent. I'm not exactly sure where everything's going to be this year. So, I mean, that's what I've got for this. I'm sure you guys already know this stuff by now. I will be making a return to Halloween Horror Nights on opening night on the 20th, and then I will return on the 27th. I'm looking for an Unmasking the Horror Tour. I believe that's what it's called. Let me check to make sure so I know I'm really going to agitate people if I get this stuff wrong. But like I said, I'm not a Halloween Horror Nights guy. I'm really not. I'm not a horror guy, period. I'm just trying... Unmasking the Horror Tour, I was right. So, I'm just trying to get through this and trying to provide some more content for you guys. And try to get some more people. I know Dr. Emmett Brown just joined me on subscribing to me. I appreciate that, and hopefully you HHN fanatics will subscribe to me as well. I will be bringing up some more ideas. Apparently what I'm hearing is we're also getting the return of actual scare zones, so the roaming hordes, gone, they're done. And I'm sure that Horror Unearthed is going to return, and I'm hearing rumors that Bill and Ted obviously will return. That's not really a rumor, but the one rumor I'm really excited about is probably the return of Rocky Horror Tribute Show to the Terminator 2 theater, if I had to guess. So that's what I'm thinking. So HSN looks good, and I don't really know. Maybe some of these are red herrings. It's possible. I mean, given the fact that we've got a couple houses that are kind of similar, to be totally honest. I mean, you've got Cabin in the Woods and Evil Dead. They both take place, at least at one part of the movie for Cabin in the Woods' sake, in a cabin. You've got Resident Evil, which covers zombies, and obviously Walking Dead covers zombies, and to a lesser extent Cabin in the Woods also involves zombies. We have 2 prison-themed mazes, one that's an original idea, and one that most likely will have to do with Legendary Truth. If I had to guess, it probably will involve Legendary Truth. I'm pretty sure if all these IPs are correct, and this is going to be an extremely IP-heavy year for Halloween Horror Nights this year, what I'm thinking right now is we're probably going to get Legendary Truth involved in the prison somehow, some way. I'm not exactly sure how, or how you work it in, but that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking that's going to be what we go with. So, news coming up soon about where everything is, which soundstage, which sprung tent, trying to speculate where everything's going to go. Obviously, The Simpsons will be open by then, most likely, and Transformers will be open by then, so that's going to cut down a lot of the wait time, and a lot of people will probably go to those attractions as well, as go to all the houses. We're supposed to get 8, that's what we're supposed to get right now, and we got Scare Zones. And, of course, the building of Diagon Alley will probably really cut into everything, too. So, there's always that. But, once again, I'm going to keep talking about it, and we'll learn more about Halloween Horror Nights. When we learn more, I'll talk to you a little bit more. So, this is my first time. If you didn't know me, my name is Sir Owen Disney, and this is my channel. This is Pop, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, and like I said, this is my first time I've really talked about it. I mean, I did a little bit on the Dr. Jimmy April Fool's Day video, and I've talked about Universal and Halloween Horror Nights before then, but this is the first time I really delved into it and actually dove into this thing. So, hopefully you like this video, and if you want to watch the Halloween Horror Nights video I did on Dr. Jimmy's April Fool's Day video, you obviously can check out the, I believe it's the Halloween Horror Nights playlist. If not, there's a Universal playlist. It's one of the two. I don't recall off the top of my head because it's not in front of me. And also, I had a really bad night on my birthday last year, Halloween Horror Nights, my first year, Halloween Horror Nights 22, that does involve Penn and Teller. So, if you want to know anything about that, then you can hear about my horror story, and you can just let me know what you think. If you like these videos, do thumbs them up, do leave a comment, do subscribe, go back and watch all the other playlists. I mean, we've got wrestling, we've got Universal, we have Disney, we have SeaWorld, we have just my thoughts on everyday life. We've got movie and music reviews from our fellow popcasters, Ben, Will, and AJ, and still stuff on the horizon. So if you want to contribute to the Popcaster Revolution, you're more than welcome to. Send me your videos shot with your smartphone to sirowen@gmail.com. And if you want to get at me on Twitter, you're more than welcome to, @SirOwenDisney. Follow me, it's not a problem. And if you want to get a hold of me on Facebook, it's Owen Disney. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will do more Halloween Horror Nights videos as we progress. Once I learn something new, you'll get something new. So that's what we've got for now. So, until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I gotta say about that.